Okay. Good morning, everybody. Let me just get everything set up here. Couple more things. Okay. All right, so today we're looking at QNCX here. It's got a pretty decent run up going from about 83 cents to a top here of $1.70. So we've got a pretty good run. QNCX also has, relatively low flow at 27 million. We have AUVI, meta huge spike, nice. AUVI with a huge spike as well, going from $1.03 all the way up to $1.72. So we've got a pretty good range on AUVI as well. We have POL. This one's got an okay range as well, going from a bottom of 53 cents to a high here of about 76. BZFD, man, we missed most of the run on this one yesterday. Going from here about lows of 226 to highs of 296. So got a pretty decent range on this. It's just below the 200, so I'm kind of hoping to see this one pick up, break through that 200 and start running again, but you never really know. We've got Mark here, not really showing us a whole lot so far. Kind of fell through the dead zone I had. Hopefully it stays above that because I don't really want to trade it if it's going to be trading within that. But the range here is $1.33 to a top here of $1.92. TCBP here, also not really looking too bad, I guess. I would like to see a little more price action and volume before open, but beggars can't be choosers. 588 on the low to 720 at the top. And then we have GovX, kind of the same story of TCBP, except maybe even a little bit worse. Lows of 81 cents and highs of 98 cents. So the range isn't great, it's all right. And the price action and volume is just a little bit low on this. But mainly going to be watching QNCX here and AUVI for a pop on open, maybe even POL or BZFD. But the rest of these, pretty meh. We should start to see the market open here any second. Okay, QNCX is open. We could try to take a play here pretty quickly, I think. Maybe reach for this bottom band or area down here of $1.21 if we see a dip there, or if it starts to move up, we'll have to just jump in. I'm hoping we see that dip though. Let's take a look at AUVI. AUVI is looking pretty good too. AUVI looks strong in this area, so I wouldn't mind taking AUVI trade right away. Probably looking at $1.47. We're going to be aiming for at least $1.70 and $1.40. Could probably give it $1.43. I don't know if that's going to save us, but $1.43 is not looking too bad. I would really, realistically like to give this a lot more room than that, but again, trying to work with tight stops here. Yes, I am muted. I went through a whole spiel there. We'll go for the important things though. We're getting into a trade here on AUVI. That was weird. I was muted on both ends, on my mic and on Discord. Yeah, AUVI we're getting into here. Okay. It's not looking like it's holding much resistance against us, except maybe VWAP area. At $1.47 here. Gotta get the ledger out. That's AUVI. Looking pretty decent here. Alright, what about QNCX? It's dropping down to that area I was mentioning that you guys didn't hear about, which is about $1.18. We want to see if it holds here. If it doesn't hold here, we're probably going to let it go down further, maybe bounce off the 200, but we'll see. It should hold. Pulls up nicely here on open from a drop down to 71 cents. We saw a high here at 75. This does look pretty good. I would like to try and maybe jump in on pull here, I guess. I would like a 72 entry. I don't know if we'll get 72. It might end up having to be higher here. I would like to get up to 85 with probably just a 70 stop out. So give it 2 cents from wherever you get in. 70 would be the preferred stop out. This is pull. Yeah, we ran up pretty high there, so if you got in high and you're doing well, make sure you take it a 1-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to be taking some here at 77 just because I ended up getting a really, really high fill here. But that's okay. I got my 2 cents, but I got to move this up to about 73. Not exactly where I want it. That's well above a lot of our support areas, but that's okay. Looks like it's doing okay so far. Might take a little bit more at 78. AUVI drops down to stop, so you had a chance to take a little bit of profit here at 153 if you wanted to. Otherwise, it's just been a nasty drop ever since. We'll look at taking another trade here because it is bouncing off that 200 on the 1 minute. I do think that this has some potential, so I want to try it again. So we'll go 142. We're going to go for, yeah, probably still trying for about 170 here with it, and then we'll go for a 140. I give it a 138 stop. That brings us into that area that we, you might even get a 141 as an entry. If you get 141, you can get 137 as a stop instead of 138. I would give it a minute. Let's see what it does here. See if it holds or not. So far, so good. No, maybe not. Holding off on entry on AUVI. You know what's funny is I didn't even see you guys mentioning. All right, we can probably get it. And that's showing a little bit of bullishness. I wasn't even seeing that you guys were saying I was muted because I wasn't even looking at the right chat. I was in the wrong chat too. Hope that's not saying how this day's gonna go. All right, taking a chance here at about 140. I don't really want to lower this much more. I think where we have this is about as low as I'd like to go. So yes, I'm back in on AUVI. We'll see if it recovers here or not. Just a quick stop if not. QNCX looks like it left without us all of a sudden here. Pulls back down after hitting 179. So, you know, as we said, 2 cents, that's all you're looking for. So 179 would have been a good place to take some more profit. So hopefully you did. BZFD did have a little bit of a run here, but then it had a massive, massive drop. We are hitting below that final area of support for the day. We do have more that we could possibly look at down here. Maybe like we might have some support here in this area, and then you might find some more somewhere around here. So we could keep an eye on BZFD for stuff like that. Okay, AUVI bouncing. I didn't get a notice for a stop out. No, I didn't stop out on it. That's weird. 140 entry. I'm going to take some at 145, I guess, but I don't know why that didn't stop me. I went to check. Taking profit. AUVI 145. What was the low on this candle? The low on here says 140. Oh, 137, not 140. Yeah. Yeah, 137. That should have been stopped. I don't know. That happens every now and then. QNCX still going for it. Pull stopping us out on the remainder. We could be looking at a 170 or 0.71 entry on pull again. I think that's probably the smart thing to do here. So 0.71 going for 0.80 with a 0.69 stop out. 69, where's that put us? It doesn't put us right necessarily at the next area of support, but I guess that's fine. We won't really want to be taking an entry that's lower than 71. You might get maybe 70. No, I can't even say 70 would be great. 71 looks like the area we want to be playing in. So, you know, as we said, every 2 cents. So once we hit 73, that'll be 2 cents. That's not even quite right at the bottom of 73. That's more mid. And then 75. And then 77. I think you could probably push it to 80 after that if you want. So we just touched that 73 here a couple times. Going to take some profit. AUVI looking good. 150. Hopefully it didn't stop you guys out. That would suck. Take some more here at 150. Taking more profit. 150. AUVI. But yeah, I hate when that happens. The drop and stop, it literally touches your stop loss and then runs. It's super annoying. QNCX back down here a little bit. We're going to be bouncing off this 128 support, hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. Pretty bearish 5 minute. I kind of like that though. Yeah, down to 128. That would look really good. I think I'm good to put out an alert for QNCX at 128. Nope, QNCX, not ANCX. QNCX. 128. Go for probably at least 150 on it with a 120. 124? 124 is not a lot of room. Yeah, let's give it 124. Even though, you know what, that might be a little big, but it is what it is. We have a lot of upside on this, which is nice. Looking good so far. AUVI making a push here past 165. Make sure you take some more profits if you're in it. AUVI 165. Anywhere around there. We're seeing a lot of selling pressure now, so I wouldn't be holding on to too much past this if you did make it this far. Pull at 175, so we actually hit our second PT here. Take some more profit. Some more profit. Pull 0.75. I think I said 175, but 75 is what I meant. Okay, we're doing okay on pull. BZFD does look like it's curling up nicely, but lots of selling pressure on these candles. I don't like seeing that. I don't know if we'll break through this resistance. Mark hasn't really done anything. TCBP is heading down. GovX has kind of moved a little bit here. We're going from 82 cents to 87 cents. So we do have a decent sized move here. My only problem with GovX is we've got that resistance view up. On QNCX, 129. Yeah. So we got a good move out of QNCX. Up to 139. Again, good place to take some profits. So we're back down a little bit here. Might stop us out on the remainder. AUVI is making that push again, 168. See if we can hit 171. Pull touches our next PT here, 0.77, so taking more profit there. Pull 0.77. So it's kind of nice to have some limit orders in place if you need them. To AUVI? Why? What's wrong with AUVI? Oh, because it did. You got the stop, didn't you? Hate when that happens. That's the worst. QNCX still heading down. Probably going to stop out on the remainder here, but that's fine. AUVI is looking pretty good at 170. I think I'm going to hold off a little bit more. I only have a little bit, so I'm just going to hold it. And GovX might be breaking through VWAP here. Seems like we've got a decent amount of volume on GovX, but the price action is moving so slow. We hit 77 here a couple times on pull, but looking for about 80 on that next run. Holy moly, we saw 183 on there. Hopefully, if you were in it, you caught some of that. Pull looking good to reach PT as well, and we didn't stop out on QNCX somehow. It's still going. We could pick up more shares here. looks like it's holding nicely. Wow, look at this. Look at the volatility on these candles. 183 down to 164, like 20 cents there. And then we got 155 up to 168. It's pretty cool. Pull's looking good here. Breaks 80. We hit 82, taking some profit. Profit. Pull 0.82. And then we'll see where the runner takes us here. But all in all, pretty good trade so far on that. AUVI still looking good. QNCX has yet to stop us out. If it does stop us out, I'm not really sure. Maybe the next area of support might be 121 that we could look for a re-entry on this. AUVI looks like it wants to go again. GovX still holding above VWAP, which is definitely bullish. We're still seeing lots of buying pressure, as we can see from these tails. So we'll just give this a minute. I don't know if I really want to buy in at the high here. Mark looks like it wants to go as well. BuzzFeed here. Not really necessarily doing what I want it to do. It's kind of breaking down a little lower each time here. QNCX does break down. So as we said, it is sitting right on this area that I think it has a potential to bounce off of. We'll wait and see, I guess. Besides that, we could break down to 118. Okay, so this is definitely worth watching. Not so sure about TCBP yet. We did break down just to the low a day here, which might have been a good entry in the grand scheme of things, but not exactly the kind of plays I like taking. That was a really bullish candle here on BuzzFeed as it pushes up back to that 263 level. Yeah, I think we might be breaking back down to that 118 level. I hope we don't break down lower though. On the 5 minute, I don't think that level holds well. No, not really. We shall see. Lots of selling pressure on AUVI on the 5 minutes, so we don't want to be looking for an entry here yet. Probably get down to at least the 20 before we even think about it. Pull pushing higher here, so remember we still have a runner and pull. It's still looking pretty decent. Obviously lots of selling pressure up here, breaking new high a day, so it's going to happen all the time. We've got GovX here, very volatile candles. I want to jump in on GovX. It's going to be hard, but you know, look for the bottom here, about 87 cents. It's giving us an entry. Hopefully it holds. I'd like to hit at least $1 for PT and then a 0.84. Yeah, let's give it a 0.84 stop loss. We're close enough where that's not super unreasonable. Might cut it a little early here. I would say realistically, maybe if we see it break down from here at 85, then we could consider maybe cutting it. That's where we want to start thinking about it. AKAN, let's take a look. Wow, yeah, no kidding, that thing's running. 32 cents all the way up to 44. It's still going. We'll have to come back to that. We saw this at 89 cents, so if you got in at 87, that's not terrible. That's not quite a one-to-one because our stop loss is a little bigger, but you know, might be an okay start. Otherwise, we'll have to see what this can give us. Pole did break slight. No, I don't even think it really did break any higher. It just broke to the last high anyway. AUVI, let's take a look on the 5 minute. It's building up some more bullish pressure here, which is good. QNCX continues its breakdown, so we are actually breaking lower than this. So I don't think we want to touch this quite yet unless we see a lot of bullishness on the 5 minute. We're starting to see a little bit. This could be it. I do like the way this looks on the 5 minute. This should start to look like a bounce, but I just don't know if it's quite there yet. We don't really want to be breaking down into this red zone. So we'll see. AUVI bouncing nicely. Pole still staying around 180. GovX still holding that 87 cents area. ANKH at 48 cents. 40, almost 49. It's kind of hard. Not really an entry here. At this point, you'd be looking at max 2 cent stop loss, and I feel like that would be super easy to hit. Definitely a lotto play. Okay. AUVI looking pretty good. I would like maybe a 154 entry or 156. I don't think we're going to get that right now, though. And I don't really think I want to be buying higher. QNCY looks like it's holding, so I'm going to buy QNCX, not Y. So we're going to be looking at getting in a 118 to 120. I'll say 118-ish. We're going to be going for at least 140 on that with a 114 stop. So hopefully that 114 gives us enough room here. Yeah, we get enough room at 114. We shall see. AUVI up at 170 now. So we are seeing that bullish pressure. It's building nicely. Pull down a little bit. We could be looking for a re-entry on pull here. I'm thinking probably 75 cents might be a level. We'll have to see though. Anytime now, GovX can do something. Bounced off the 20 perfectly. Yeah. Yeah. And then on the 5 minute, let's see. 5 minute was right off VWAP. Yep. Yeah, it looked pretty good. Would have been a decent re-entry. Pull down pretty good here. We're at that 75 level almost. I missed it too. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, can't get them all. Honestly, I think BZFD here is going to run, so. BZFD looking, I kind of want to get into 255. 255, going to aim for $3. And a 245 would be putting us in a really good spot. You know, we could probably stretch this to 248, and that would make me feel a little better. Makes the stop loss not so huge, and it kind of still follows what we're trying to do here. We're breaking out a little bit on BuzzFeed here. So maybe you got an entry. It definitely wasn't at the 255 level. If you did, it was probably like 260. I mean, I got a 261 there, so still pretty high. Wow, but we're really running on this. So profit, BZFD 285-ish. Could see that momentum building. This is more than I thought it was going to be, though. Got to take profit again. Taking some more profit. 310 BZFD. That was. I don't really have words for that. That's a really big jump in price. Really, really fast. Yeah, over 2 candles. That was huge. QNCY looking good here. We're kind of getting the area we want. We're getting the kind of candles we want. Now, hopefully this holds. We could see a rejection off this 20, but I'm kind of hoping we don't. AUVI back down for right now. Still looking pretty bullish, to be honest. So, I mean, getting in here at 160 could be our best bet. We didn't break a new high, which kind of worries me. Well, I mean, the body kind of did. But I'm good with taking AUVI trade here at 160. I'd like to say 161. Again, we might not quite get 161. Going for at least 185 on it with a 150. Give it a 157 stop, I think. What's 157 bring us to? Yeah, 157 is going to be good. That's the kind of area I want to see on this. GovX down and back up to 87 cents. So, I mean, Maybe if you could have walked away at that 89 cents earlier, but if you haven't done that yet, this is looking a little scary. QNCX back down after hitting 126. Yeah, not really an area yet to take too much profit. That was a huge spike on BuzzFeed. It's still looking okay. Mark not doing anything, TCBP not doing anything. Akan still kind of going here up to 151. Pull back up to 80 cents here. We should have taken that pull entry at 75. You know what? I said it's going to drop down to 75. It hit 75 and I didn't buy. Now it's back up to 80. Okay, stopping out on AUVI. That was a nasty fall. That was very quick. Our wins and losses are coming very quickly today, except for GovX, which is like barely moving. Really honestly thought that 157 area was going to hold, but I guess that's what you get when you put your stop right on VWAP. QNCX not looking too bad here, reaches that 125 area, so I think 125 going to take some profit. QNCX 125. I mean, that would make a little bit of sense at least. Should have taken it at 126 when I had the chance, but it is what it is. AUVI not doing too bad, I guess. Poll's looking good. Coffee time. Uh-oh. BuzzFeed here, still looking okay. GovX still kind of lingering around, not really giving us anything. You could cut GovX or break even if you want. I mean, there's like probably a good chance we hit this stop here at 85 cents. Or this area at 85 cents. I don't think our actual stop should be hit, but you know what? If we get a spike of volatility, it could happen. But if it starts breaking down past this 85 cents line, that's where we want to kind of draw the line and maybe get out. We'll have to assess when it hits it. AUVI holding this VWAP line pretty well at 158. That could be a good thing. 5 minute, we're pretty full bodied here, so looks like it's going to close that way too. It's kind of hard to decide what to do with that. I think we just leave it alone. I'm really upset about Poll. Man, 182 or 82 cents from 75. That's big. That's big. BuzzFeed here coming back down a little bit. We only have a runner left in BuzzFeed at this point. Icon down to 46. TCBP not doing anything. We can actually close that down. We might even be able to close down Mark. Although it's looking the same as BuzzFeed did over here, right? I'm seeing that slow build up. Mark's kind of got that build up as well. I don't think it's going to run quite as far, but you never really know. QNCX here is down. And AUVI is still holding this area. I might be getting back into AUVI, yeah. Oh, considering it. So far, it's looking decent. Bands are closing. We do have an area of support. Yes, I've taken some out at 125. We still have majority in there still. Hoping we start to break out here, but it's just kind of bouncing around, not really doing a whole lot. AUVI is looking pretty good again. I guess I'm going to try AUVI. 161. Let's say 160-ish. Gonna go for 180. And then we're gonna go for 150. Well, obviously we don't want this right on VWAP, so 155 would probably suffice. Although I still think that leaves us a reasonable probability of getting stopped out. But you know what? We have to put a stop somewhere. QNCX back down, AUVI not really doing anything. Not yet anyway. Poll with a nasty red brings it down quite a bit. I don't want to see this break lower, but I wouldn't mind seeing 85 again. GovX with the stop out. So That's what we kind of thought would happen. So hopefully you got out a break even there on GovX, with the remainder at least. BuzzFeed's still running. We have Mark kind of picking up a little bit here. We broke out of that last high on market open, so we are in uncharted territories right now. AEVI looking good. So we saw that dip down to 161. We're up to 167. Going to take some out here on AEVI. Say 170-ish because not really sure where it is right this second. Am I taking QNC? I'm in QNC. I've already taken profit at 125. I still have some decent amount here. I was kind of hoping for a breakout. We're not really getting that, and it looks like we are trending down a little bit. We are holding on the support though, so I'm not really sure if I'm quite ready to let go of our shares yet, the remainder of it, but we'll have to see. This does look pretty risky though. Pulls back to 180, of course. BuzzFeed holding 290. Icon looks like it wants to go again. I don't know. I guess we need to try an Icon trade here. 0.48 if we can, and maybe even lower if you could. Going for 0.60 with a 0.46, give it 2 cents. So wherever you get in, give it 2 cents. So actually I have to move this up one. That's where my stop is. Or 0.51, I can take some here. I would like actually 0.52, but I don't know if I'm going to touch that quite yet, and I'm kind of afraid to get stopped out on it, so I'm going to take at least a little bit here, 0.51. Okay, 0.53 it is. That was a nice little spike. Hopefully we see more of that. Next one we're probably looking at is 0.55 if you took it 0.53. If you took it 0.52, you're looking at 0.54. Just every 2 cents or so. 0.57 after that. Make these the right color. AUVI pushing here. We have 174, 175. I'll take some more. Oh man, look at that spike. QNCX is looking okay again. Pole still kind of bouncing around. It hasn't really made a new high yet, which kind of worries me. Con touches that 55 area. That's where we were aiming to get our next profit target out. Pole not doing much. We got AUVI down a little bit here. We've got QNCX here bouncing nicely. BuzzFeed still going for it. Icon down. Hoping to see, you know what, we could have picked up more shares on AUVI here right at VWAP at 158, and that probably wouldn't have been a terrible idea. We know we're holding here pretty well on VWAP. We've tested it 4 times now. BuzzFeed doesn't look like it wants to continue to move any higher. We've got Icon moving back up here pretty nicely. Honestly, 5 minute looks pretty good for it being so high. QNCX here, nice spike, 128. I'm going to take a little bit more. Just bring up our average a little bit. Back down on Icon here, 51. Pull down here to 77. Still would like to see, you know what, maybe I'd even like to see a VWAP bounce, so bottom of 75. That's 76. Don't know if it's going to give it to us. AUVI stops us out on the remainder, which is fine because we got, a fair bit out of it from, where did we get in on this? We got in around 162 all the way up to 175, but was hoping to pick more up for a VWAP balance, but it looks like we broke right down from there, so I'm kind of okay with just letting this be for now then. Pull looks halted to me, but it's not really halted. It's just not moving. We're seeing like no conviction down here, which is good to see actually. I think I'm gonna try another pull trade here at 0.75. I'm gonna go for 0.85 and then just a 7.3. We could give this a little more room, but honestly, I don't think it's completely necessary. Yeah, let's go 7.3 for a stop. So our bomb 7.5. We might even get a 7.4 entry if you're patient enough, but I don't know if that's something we actually want to see off this. QNCX still refuses to break out, but we did break into a new high of the immediate, so that's honestly a good sign, I guess. Icon's down after hitting that 0.55 area. I'd still like to get a little more out of Icon. Hopefully that happens. Am I back in on pull? I'm in, yeah. 0.75. AUVI, I'm not touching just yet. We might get down to 200 and then it might look better. I'm hoping this low volume on the drop means that we start to see some buying volume pick up and push this back up pretty fast. We could probably close down Mark, to be honest. I don't think this is it's not making moves enough for me to, well, you know what, the range on it is okay. I just haven't been focusing on it. I think that's the problem. AUVI looks like a really solid curl opportunity here, so I'm what do we got for support? That's our question. Okay, so the body is right on the support area. Okay, all right. We'll try an AUVI again here. It's been working out at least somewhat for us. So 154, we're gonna go for 165 at least with a 150 stop. Let's give it a 149, so it's got to break a new low at least. Yeah, 149 at the very least has to break a new low, so can get rid of this because these shares are all gone anyway. We will see. We will see. 200 EMA on the 1 minute. Yeah. It is. That's a little bit of a stretch for me with my stop loss. I mean, unless we saw a nasty drop and I could get in way lower, I probably wouldn't stretch it that far. But that is a good place to have it. If you can stomach the risk, definitely. Pull starting to move up finally, so we are seeing that volume slightly pick back up. MACD's curling, and now we're seeing the 9 EMA get pushed up a little bit as well, which is good. Got to break through a couple of resistances here, but I think it's doable. Mark. Let's take a look at Mark. Oh, I have Mark. What am I talking about? BuzzFeed not really doing anything. GovX not really doing anything. Polls, it did go up a little bit. We had 76, not really worth taking, and then it went down. Then we have AUVI 153. I'm going to take the entry here. I was kind of hoping for 152. Okay, cool. 152, I'll take that. I don't think that's still enough room to really. We could move it lower, but honestly, I'm okay with this stop. If we get stopped here, I'll just wait for a re-entry. I'm okay taking small stops. I know that hurts the win rate a little bit, but yeah, we'll see. I'd rather take a tight loss and then get back in. Pull with a nasty, nasty drop. That's just a stop out. Lots of selling volume. Okay. AUVI also, you know what? It's looking okay. I would like to see it not break down any further, but if it does, it does. We will see. I actually had no idea today was Friday until I just started trading. I thought for sure it was Thursday for some reason. QNCX does not break through that resistance very much. We still have a big push ahead of us to get that anywhere. Mark was up here a couple days ago, 194. If we could break 194 again, that would be fantastic, but we're sitting right on an area of resistance right here. You might see a little bit more up here as well. Come on, QNCX, you gotta do something. AUVI back up, thank God. Thought we were just gonna stop out on this, but this is looking okay. Akon's down, so we're likely to stop out on the remainder, which isn't a big deal, but I was really hoping to see at least 57. Can get rid of these stops now. GovX slowly curling back up. Mark heading down. I'm not seeing a whole lot here. Akon with the 20 EMA bounce, maybe? 158 here on AUVI. I'm going to take a little bit of profit. Taking some profit. AUVI 158. Might get more out of it, and I hope we do, but in the meantime, I have no problem taking profit, seeing as how I was about 70% sure we were running that into stop there, so I'm happy with this. This is okay. We have a couple other things we can look at. Probably going to drop GovX for now and maybe pull because they're breaking down into areas I don't want to see. Yeah, bands are kind of tightening on AUVI, hopefully in the good way, not the bad way. We'll see. Okay, we've got Foxo. It's been looking pretty decent this morning, going from 57 to 78, so this could be something worth watching. VVPR. Nope, don't like that. INZY. Nope, don't like that. AI. Nope. CCLP. Hell no. CBB. Nope. Okay, we're good with what we got. We found Foxo. Good enough. AUVI hits a high there, 159. We've got QNCX. Oh my god, this is going to be an afternoon runner, but holy moly, man, this is slow. Just that particular stock. Today's been okay in general, but that one's not doing well. Wow, we came real close to stopping out there. Foxo's running pretty well here. We want to keep an eye on Foxo. I think there might be an opportunity at a 20 bounce. We could take a look at that and see if that could possibly happen. We're seeing some selling pressure up here, so it should be coming back down, in my opinion. AUVI holding this level pretty nicely here, but it looks like we might get a VWAP rejection. BuzzFeed stealing literally all the momentum alerts, and AUVI getting all of the regular alerts, which is funny. Because neither of these things are really doing much of anything right now. No, or Foxo here is jumping up again. It's another a con here. It's just kind of going for it. QNCX back to 125. We're breaking that 160 zone on AUVI here. We're at 161. Took a 159 last time, so I'm good to wait for a while on this. Maybe up to at least 165. I could take a little bit there. Foxo, I'm going to take a shot in the dark with it. We haven't been watching it, so it's kind of hard to say how this is going to run, but I'd like 80 cents, but I think we're probably going to be getting 81, so I'll say ish. Going for 0.90 at least with a 0.78 stop loss. We're going to keep the stop loss fairly tight. We could afford to give it an extra cent, but you know what? I don't think that's going to be in the books for something. We're just shooting in the dark here. I think this is going to be a tight stop, and if it runs, it runs. If it doesn't, well, it doesn't. AUVI. A little bit of selling pressure. 5 minutes still looking decent though. QNCX, 5 minute probably looks like crap. Yep, just back and forth, just like the 1 minute. So that's how long it's been doing that for. Foxo at 83. We got Pole here. Not really doing anything good. Same with GovX. BuzzFeed heading down. So we're seeing that breakdown. We might see the breakdown QNCX as well, because these are basically doing the exact same thing. So I wouldn't be surprised to see QNCX follow that. Icon finally hitting stop. I don't think I want to touch this again right now. We are back basically to the consolidation area here, so this could be good, but usually when something runs this hard, the consolidation area doesn't mean a lot. Pole not doing anything. Foxo back down. So, I mean, if you were looking for an entry on Foxo, maybe here's the entry, 78 cents. You see us running all day? You mean, like, do I see it running all day? It's hard to tell. I mean, the news that came out today was okay. It wasn't fantastic by any means, but it also wasn't, like, absolutely terrible. I don't know if I would consider it running all day. I think it's, as far as pennies go, I don't see pennies running all day. Pennies don't really do that in a bear market. We're almost at the 200, so I never actually even got into this yet. I was kind of waiting for that 81, and then it just kind of tanked. 73 is looking pretty good, though, because that's really close to that, well, that's not 200, the 20 we were talking about, right? So this could be the spot. So I'm going to give that a go, something like that. So I'll just redo that alert. Foxo 73-ish. Yeah, I still think that, 90's reasonable on this, and then a 0.71. It's looking pretty good for a bounce already. So if you got in, I'm gonna have to move mine up to 72 at least. I could probably at this point move it up even further and be okay, but I got in 74. I just jumped in on the drop. We're at 81. I could even take a little bit here. We're up pretty decent. Foxo 0.81, 82, whatever, wherever we are. Good place to take some. We're up pretty high on it. Like 60 to 1% on indexes. I mean, where are we at now on it? Let's take a look. FinBiz. Indexes. Well, I mean, maybe on NASDAQ we could reach 1%. The other two I'm not really sure about. I doubt Dow. Dow doesn't move nearly as much as the rest of these, it seems. Same with S&P. S&P's been pretty lame recently. The Nasdaq's more like tech heavy, so I think tech has a bigger, yeah, there's that possibility. We're at 85, 86 here on Fox, so we can take some more profit. Where are we at? 87, 88. I'll take some of the 88. Try to anyway. Nope, bad fill. That's okay. 86 it is. We're finally moving on QNCX here. We hit 137. I'm okay taking a little bit of profit here. This is another 10 cents. Taking a bit more profit. QNCX 137-ish. Finally seeing that move. Hopefully this thing really pays off for us, because this has been a really lame stock for majority of the morning. We're at 90 cents here on Foxo. What the hell? 93 cents. Taking some more. Taking some more. That's actually past PT, so I can say PT, Foxo, taking some more profit. 0.93-ish. Somewhere around there. Honestly, anywhere past 90 is going to be a good place to take some profit. Although we're seeing a lot of selling pressure now, so I wouldn't really be expecting it to run much further. Yeah, that does suck. Yeah, it's a game of, if you're patient, sometimes you miss it. If you're not patient, sometimes you get stopped out instantly. And then it can be reversed, and if you're too patient, sometimes it works out, and if you're impatient, sometimes it works out. It's all over the place. Sometimes things work in your favor, and sometimes they don't. Taking some more profit. Ooh. I'm just about out of shares now. This is further than I expected the run, so. That's about, I got a little bit left. Hoping to bring that average up to at least $1, but I would need this to hit like $1.10. So we'll see. AUVI, we did get up to 162, nothing really fantastic there. QNCX did get up to 137, went back down, so hopefully it runs further. Let's see. Anything crazy move today? Not really. We got a lot of half decent plays though. Foxo is the best so far at 31%. QNCX looks like it's just breaking back down now. I'm sure AUVI is going to follow. We did hit 105. Yeah, 105 here on Foxo, but again, looking for 110 to bring that average up above $1. If not, I'll just run the rest into the stop. However, stop, I really don't want to see it back down there. I'd be okay with seeing 81 cents again, I guess. ANKH, yeah, this is why we didn't play the bounce on the consolidation area, because usually when you have a big run like this, it's just going to break down from there. You might see a run again later in the day or something, but it usually doesn't happen right away. Mark not doing anything. We could probably close down Mark. BZFD is not doing a whole lot, but there could be potential. We're going to close down Pole and GovX though. 1.9 here on Foxo, almost 110. I'm going to close out the trade. I think it might actually be halted though, so. Yeah, it's halted. It's about time. That thing ran like a crazy amount. This should have halted a long time ago. BZFD. Yeah, I'm not really sure I trust this level. That was quite the dip after not doing anything for a long time, so. Foxo 121 or 721 halt, 722. Got 4 minutes left on this one, so I guess we're just kind of waiting for this because the only other things we have are AUVI and QNCX, and neither of these things are going to be moving quickly. So. Alejandro, did you get in on the second call out of Foxo, or did you just miss it? That's like worst case scenarios. You get in on the first and then miss the second. First one stops out and the second one runs up 30%. Damn. UVI is still bouncing around here. 183 at the top. That's not bad, but so was kind of hoping AUVI would go a little bit further. What's the news on this? Ah, look at that. Another illegal short selling. Interesting. This is big news. This is big. This is like a common trend now for a lot of these stocks. What was it? INS or IGS or IGN, something like that. I can't remember what we were trading. What were we trading the other day? GNS, that's what it was. They did it. And then we traded one yesterday. Was it Qin who did it as well? There's probably a couple others. Oh, I think, no, you know what? I think it was HLBZ. I think HLBZ also is investigating illegal short selling. And every time this happens, we see stocks run. So it's good to keep that in mind if you see a headline that says they're investigating potential short selling. Yeah, it was HLBZ. And we've seen all three of these run now, so you can basically just bet that if there's one showing illegal short selling, it's going to go up. And then on top of that, AUVI already has good news, so might be a good time to pick up a swing in it or something. Of course, you'd want to do it at a low, though. What's the light at my cup? Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, no, that was, I've had this for a long time. It is a heated coaster. It's not, the one I want is the Ember mug. I looked at it. It's pretty cool. It's cool because the coaster's the charging pad for it. So when you have it on the coaster, it automatically heats it up. But if you take it off the coaster, it keeps it hot for like 2 hours. Where this one is just a heated coaster. No, I wouldn't say it gets hot. Like the bottom of the cup is like hot enough that it's uncomfortable on your hand. But it's not hot enough to like hurt you or anything. The coffee's like a good warm, but it kind of depends on your cup too. Like the cup I have here, I don't know if you can really see it, but the bottom is like curved. So there's not a lot of surface at the bottom. So it makes it a little bit harder to keep it warm. But the one, I had a different one, but the other one had an on and off switch, and I hate that because I have ADHD. So I will never remember to turn it off, and then you burn out the element in it really quickly. Where this one's got a pressure plate, so if you take your coffee cup off, it turns off automatically, and it turns on when you put your coffee on. Yeah. So it's good. But again, you got to be particular with the coffee cups that you have if you want these to work well. We opened up on Foxo here. It went down, but it looks like it's pushing up quite a bit here. We'll probably see that 110 good. It is good for safety, yeah, definitely. There's 110 right there. Might even get a little more, 114. I'm good with that. That's good enough for me. Oh no, what did I do? No, that's good. I fixed it. What stocks look good for the afternoon? I still think QNCX has the ability to go, and I think it will. Just keep in mind this like dead zone area we don't want the stock dipping into because I feel like it's gonna have like no volume once it dips down into there. AUVI is a maybe. Just based off the news, it's a good chance that this goes for a pretty big run. I know it already has. You know, we started today around $1.06 and we hit a high here of $1.80, $1.83. But GNS went like absolutely nuts. HLBZ, can't really remember HLBZ. I'm pretty sure we got at least 100% on HLBZ over the course of the day or two that it had that news, right? Yeah, over the past week we went from, about 15 cents to 55 cents. So what day was the news though? Not yesterday, 2 days ago. No, pre-market decliners. No, NASA over 13 on pre-orders. No. NASDAQ listing qualification staff. No. That's Genus. There we go. So keep an eye on all of these stocks. This is probably a really good article. AGRI, BCTX, CA, SPRC, basically all the stocks we've played in the past that have had like big short selling, right? So these could all be really good stocks to keep an eye on. Actually, I'm just going to screenshot this and send that out in my alerts. Let's just save it. Anyways, that's not exactly, well, it was kind of January 23rd was the day, so that's 4 days from now. How do I get out of this now? So we're 23rd. So like right here then. So I mean it went from 24 to 55. So we're about 100% on that one. Fox was at 129 and halted again. AUVI is going through it. I don't know about QNCX, but I know we know GNS ran like a huge amount, right? So I would say watch HLBZ at least over the course of the next few days. AUVI today could have an afternoon run because of the news. Foxo obviously looking good right now. If it has a big pullback and starts to slow down, be very careful with that because this is also, run up a huge amount over the past, 20 or so minutes. So keep that in mind. BZFD, I'm not really sure. We need to see more volume pickup in that for the afternoon. Icon as well. I think this has a good potential. It's had its pullback. It's down to the 200 now in the 1 minute. The 5 minutes probably way far off. Yep. But you're going to be hitting support here at this 40-cent mark down to about 39 cents. So this is a good area to keep in mind to try and maybe take a play on this for the afternoon. And yeah, besides that, nothing news really popped up on the scanner. I mean, Pole, maybe. It's down to 69 cents right now. Like maybe Mark. I haven't seen much good from Mark in the morning, so maybe in the afternoon it'll have something. But yeah, besides that, I would just focus on those, especially AUVI. QNCX, it's going to stop us on the remainder. But you know what? At least he gave us a little bit there. But yeah, that's where I would go with those. I'd watch those ones. As far as the money board goes, we made $679 today, so grossly better than most of the other days this week. We're at 77% win rate, 11 wins, 3 losses, so we did pretty decent today. And we're up 138% on alerts today, so that's good as well. Fox, though, was a nice one, and AUVI early on was good. Same with BZFD. So other than that, guys, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday. Take care, guys.